Okay, pardon me for the technical glitch. Okay, alright. I hope everything is good. Okay. Right. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Muhammad Haikal bin Ismail. I'm a lecturer for this course, which is Engineering Statistics. So, first of all, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, which is the second year, right? Second year students of the Department of Chemical and Environmental Engineering. Welcome back to campus. Please let me know if, let's say, if you already on campus or not, so that I can know exactly where is your whereabout. So I hope that you returned to campus with a new motivation, a new a new spirit. Whatever that has happened in the previous semester, leave it behind and start a new life. Start anew, right? So because if you don't start now, when can you start, right? Because it's never too late. It's never too late because you are only in second year, so it's not too late for you to, for example, right, if to improve your CGPA or to improve your social skills or your whatever skills that you would like to acquire. So this is it. This is the moment, because at the end of the day, campus life is the best, one of the best life ever. Because, but with the condition that you have to make use with all the opportunities that it offer. If not, maybe it's going to be very bored experience for you. Okay, I think so in this sessions, I don't really prefer the timing for the class, which is on Friday, because I never have class on Friday, and usually I will inform the course instructor not to give me the Friday session, because I don't like the class on Friday, because I don't prefer it. So having said that, I would like to make a recorded video so that you can refer in the YouTube. So of course, I believe that based on the previous class also, most of the students don't really prefer the synchronized session because of the timing, and I do appreciate that. I do understand that, because I don't want to make it as a burden for all of you, because I want to make the learning to be very fun to each of us, so that we can do well, and not only to do well in the exam, but to understand the essence or the objective, which is the program objective, which is the PO and CO of this course. So I believe you already know what are the POs and what are the COs. So you can drop down in the comment section down below what are the COs and the POs of this course, so that you can understand better. So I just want to give you certain tips in this course. So basically, I will not really change much based on the previous classes previous class session. So I would like to make it as the first one should be the proposal, of course. The proposal, actually I expect, okay, for example, right, there are certain assessment. The normal one should be test 1 and test 2. Usually test 1 and test 2 is subjected to whether you can score or not, because for example, if you cannot score, I will try to reduce the percentage in test 1. Yeah, usually for test 2 I cannot really help much lah, because usually test 1, if let's say you can score in test 1, which is supposed to be the much easier assessment, so I hope that you can do that for test 1. So of course I will increase the percentage so that you can have more opportunities to score higher. Okay, so that's it for the cognitive skills. Another one is the affective, which is on your carry mark, no, sorry, on your project, usually on your project. So I will make it into the tabulation of the proposal. We start with the proposal and most of the people don't really understand the concept of the proposal. The proposal should consist of whatever criteria or whatever sections that we expect you to have. For example, like you should understand why you are doing this and why you are doing that. For example, like you are proposing something, so that whether it is convincing enough to that thing to proceed or not, or maybe it's not worth it at all, right? So since you can return back to campus, so I'm expecting you to conduct the experimental works, so that it can help you in your statistical analysis. Okay. Of course, for the project, of course, along the way you have to conduct the experiment and everything, and then you have to prepare the journal report. Like most of the time, people don't really score in journal report because they don't really follow the instruction that I have given. So because I'm here not to penalize you, but I'm here to guide you. But if you don't follow me, then I can't really help much, because everything is written, right? Everything is like given the guidelines and everything. So I do appreciate that if you can understand and you can some sort of follow the guidelines, so that it will be much easier for me to somehow help you, because based on the previous class also, yeah, it is possible to get high marks. For example, right, there are, I think, 3 students get 54 or 53 out of 60, so which is very high mark. So it's not impossible. If you can score like 60 out of 60, it's very possible. So you have, so that's why you have to really understand. If let's say you don't understand, you just text me and let me know, because I'm here not to be your lecturer for this course, but I'm beyond that. If let's say you have problems, whatever, right? So if let's say you feel shy to talk with your PA or your other lecturer, then you can talk to me. But it's okay. I will make it as our because I'm here, because I'm really excited to make sure that you graduate with being a very competent and holistic graduate. That's my purpose. I don't want you to graduate but you have nothing inside, because that's what I have learned during my undergraduate, because I have quite a lot of skills during my undergraduate, and I have represented the country here and there, and then I have pushed myself, because I know, like last time I couldn't really talk in front of people, and then so I know that is my mistake and that is my disadvantage. So I took the challenge and I challenged myself, and then alhamdulillah, I believe that I can convince and I can do real networking with other people by having some serious conversation with them. So that's why, because I believe that you are in your second year and you have like maybe 2 years and a half, right? 2 years and a half, and you have still some time to acquire more knowledge. Okay, so that's why I always suggest all my students not to be active or not to be excellent in your subject and your courses only, but be active in extracurricular activities and try to push your boundaries. Because if let's say you are already in the working field, then nothing much that you can change that. So right, so I think let's start with the course, and I will start with the course layout and the assessment marks and some introduction of the course. Okay, bye bye. Who are you? Yeah, the one in the red shirt. And what about you, the one in the pink in the pink shirt? The black color one? Can I know your name? So it looks like I have no idea exactly what are your name. So I think before we further ado, let's start with let's start by introducing yourself. So why don't you create one minute video of your introduction? What is your name, where's your location, what are your hobby, and you have to make sure you upload in the LinkedIn. Okay, and you have to know what is the purpose of the LinkedIn, which is for the professional and networking, which can be the potential place for people to get hired over there. Okay, so make use of the platform starting from now, and make sure to mention my name in your post, and I will expect all of you to upload as soon as possible, maybe by today, and after you have prepared a video and upload it, at least like all of you have to upload and give support to each of your friends first. Okay, I keep it right. Okay, are you done? Are you done? Have you uploaded your introduction on LinkedIn? Make sure, yeah, because all of you, I believe it should be 50 something of people. So I'm expecting all of you to cite me or maybe to mention me in your LinkedIn. Okay, and to all of you, make sure that you like all your friends' posts in the LinkedIn too. Okay, so that we can create a more exciting environment. Okay, so here I think we should start with the course. Okay, ECC3014 course introduction. So of course, the first of all, what are the learning outcomes or the program outcomes of the course? So the first one is in identifying appropriate techniques to analyze engineering problems involving concepts of probability, variance, hypothesis techniques, or linear regression. So which is C4, cognitive 4, is quite high. So you can refer what is C4, right? And this one should be addressed by PO1. Sorry. Just now I mentioned it's a PO, but actually this is the CO. So CO1 can be mapped to PO1. So you can refer what is PO1 after this, right? So next one is to analyze engineering problems involving concepts of probability, variance, hypothesis techniques, or linear regression, which is C4, and you can be linked to PO2. And last one is to explain data analysis techniques related to engineering problems, which is can be related to PO10 and PO11. So what is the synopsis? The course covers the fundamentals of statistics, elements of probability theory, random variables, sampling theory, hypothesis testing, linear regression, and correlation. Emphasis given includes discrete distribution, continuous distribution, as well as confidence interval for the mean and variance. First of all, are you familiar with all the terms here? Let me know in the comment section down below too, because I want to know whether you are familiar or not, so that we can start from that point. Okay, so basically these are the topic. So fundamentals of statistics, elements of probability theory, random variables, discrete density function, discrete probability function, continuous density distribution, continuous probability distribution, sampling theory, hypothesis testing, and linear regression and correlation. So basically, I just want to give you in a brief, right? What is the purpose of this statistical engineering? This course is really important if, let's say, you conduct experimental work, especially in your maybe final year for your final year project. But actually, you can do it during your laboratory works also, but maybe slowly. But it's okay. It's never too early for that. Alright, so basically the function is to identify whether the data is statistically significant or not. So that is our purpose. So usually we will use linear regression, hypothesis testing quite a lot, especially in terms of your experimental data. Okay, so basically for the evaluation, I will give like 10% for PO1. I will discard quiz because I think quiz is not important. No, not important, but I think it is quite repetitious to test 1 and test 2. So that's why I would like to have more activity on the collaborative project, which is on your journal and your proposal. Okay, I think maybe we can have the proposal, right? The presentation. Okay, this is the final presentation. The presentation and the journal report. So 10, 10, 10, 15, 25, 25. So we have 35, 35, 35, 35 here. So I believe we can have PO 10, 10, 10, 35, 15. Now I would like to make the proposal into okay lah, I think right, but it's okay, this one can change subjected to your performance. PO2, PO11, I think either one is 11. PO11, 35, 44, 50, 60, 60. Right. So this is the draft of the initial draft of your evaluation, total evaluation. So I will give you the task for this project within this week or next week, okay, so that you can start early. Okay, basically the project shall demonstrate careful planning, good logic of data collection, and analytical concept as according to the course. So maybe I can share a little bit. Usually for the journal report, they don't report the right logic of data collection. I mean to say that the appropriate data collection or data representation is not selected. So usually they lost that mark in that section. Okay, this one is okay. This one I will give you a more detailed explanation on the project. Now this is very simple project because I believe that you are very up to the challenge, right? And I believe that you are ready to push the boundaries and whatever it is. So I believe we should push more your potential for this course. Okay, so I think we will proceed after this with the next session. Okay, introduction to statistic. Types of statistic. With descriptive analysis, you are simply describing what the data shows, and with inferential statistic, you are trying to reach conclusions that extend beyond the immediate data alone. For instance, we use inferential statistic to try to infer from the sample data what the population might think, or we use inferential statistic to make judgment of the probability that an observed difference between groups is a dependable one, or one that might have happened by chance in this study. So at the end of the lecture, students should be able to identify data analysis via descriptive and inferential statistic and represent data descriptively using graphical technique and represent data descriptively by numerical calculation. So what is descriptive statistic? It is a graphical technique and it is used to describe the basic pictures of the data in a study. Can you give an example what are the descriptive statistics, because it is mentioned here that it is a graphical technique, right? What are the techniques that is available? And provide simple summaries about the sample and the measures, and together with simple graphics analysis, they form the basis of virtually very quantitative analysis of data. And what is quantitative data and qualitative data is the quantitative are made with instruments such as rulers, balance, graduated cylinders, beakers, and thermometers. These results are measurable. It can be in the form of numbers. And what is the qualitative data is use your senses to observe the result. Usually for the qualitative data in science and technology, we don't really use it. This applies for social science because they have certain instrument for that. And what is qualitative data is descriptive information because it describes something, and quantitative data is numerical information. For example, like qualitative, it was great fun, and quantitative is how fun is that? Discrete 5, and it continues 3.265. Quantitative data can be discrete or continuous, and discrete data can only take certain values like whole numbers, and this discrete data is counted, and continuous data can take any value within a range whereby the continuous data is measured. So data collection is the simplest way of data collection is through direct observation, but of course it is tedious, and the convenient way of data collection is by using Google Form for the social science study, and the scientific way of data collection is through experimental studies that you will have to conduct in this semester. Census or sample. A census is when we collect data for every member of the group. The whole population. A sample is when we collect data for selected members of the group. A census is accurate but difficult to retrieve. A sample may not be accurate but good enough and more practical. Okay, so this is example. The population, we can take out of one of it to be the sample. And so there are several sampling methods. And graphical data representation is bar graph, graphical display of data using bars of different heights. Histogram, a graphical display of number range using bars of different heights. A frequency, special histogram that uses vertical columns to show frequencies, how many times each score occurs. And line graph is a graph that shows information that is connected in some ways. And a pie chart is a special chart that uses pie slices to show relative sizes of data. And stem and leaf, a special table where each data is split into stem and leaf, usually the last digit. And scatter plot, the XY plot that shows the relationship between two sets of data. And line plot, beneficial in real-time surveying or data collection. So basically, I just want to share you, I mean, like during the test one and also the final exam, most of the students choose the wrong data. So it costs you 0 mark for this. Okay, so make sure you choose the right data for the right graph for the right data. Okay. So basically, we will have another session which is on the determining the mode, median, and the mean of the graph and the data. So stay tuned for the next link. All right, take care.